Hi, welcome to our pre-calculus. The topic today is finding solutions in an interval for a basic trigonometric equation using a calculator. So we are no longer involved with those famous angles. Numbers are going to be arbitrary. So you find angles from the calculator and then round it to a certain level. You're going to pay attention to get your answers in radians and separate them by commas. So again, let's practice one more time. How do we eyeball the answer and get an idea as to what we are looking for? So we draw the unit circle for all of these cases. We draw the axis related to the function that we have. So here is a tangent. So the tangent axis, we said it looks like this. On that tangent axis, we go and find 1.7. So remember, radius is 1. So if this is 2, here is more or less where 1.7, etc. will be. Take that, connect it to the origin, go to the other side. The angles that you see formed are what we are looking for. This is one answer. This is the other one. Okay, calculator. When you use a calculator, you only get one of these two answers and you have to reason your way to the other one. So let's do the reasoning first and then numbers later. If the smaller angle is theta, the bigger angle is going to be pi plus theta. Is that right? Because we have an additional pi to travel. So how do we set this thing up? So tangent of theta is equal to 1.7937, etc. Theta becomes arctangent of 1.7937. That is solution number 1. Solution number 2. So this one we look up in the calculator. So let's go ahead figure out how our calculator looks like. Let me write down this number so that I know what to enter there. 1.7937. So there is always some calculator here. And what do we have? First of all, we set our angle to radians. That's what the problem is asking for in radians. So this says degrees. That's going to be a cause of main problem. Here's our radians. And then tangent inverse of, we have 1.7937 and equals to. Okay, round it to 2. So we are going to round this to nearest hundredth. Is that right? Nearest hundredth. And we have 1.06. 1.06 is the number we are looking for. 1.06. Eyeballing it, this is about 1 radian. So 1.06. The second one, you have to do it yourself. The calculator doesn't provide it to you. You have to add pi to this. So pi plus arctangent of 1.7937. So you're adding 3.14, etc. to this thing. So 4.20. Make sure that your rounding is all correct. So that's the answer to this one. Another tangent. So another tangent. We draw the tangent axis. This is 1, 2, 3. This -3 is down here. It's not a famous angle or anything recognizable. Now the important thing is that the calculator is going to give you this by the definition of arctangent. So say theta is equal to arctangent of -3. We are going to get theta 1, that's what the calculator is going to give you. It's going to be a negative quantity. It's neither between 0 and 2 pi. It's to the left, really. So what do we want to do? We want to go all the way around. So 2 pi plus theta 1 is going to be a number that we are going to look for. So it's going to be 2 pi plus arc tangent of minus 3, or if you wish, 2 pi minus arc tangent of 3 itself. So what happens? 2 pi would have been a full circle. I'm backing down by theta 1, and that's my angle. So let's go have 2 pi. So let's erase this. 2 times pi plus arctangent of minus 3. 2 pi plus arctangent of minus 3. I get 5.03. When we round, this is 5.03. So that's one answer. This one. I forgot the number. 5.03. So again, what happened? This is going to be some negative quantity. It's a your calculator is going to give you, if you say arctangent, that's what you get. Now that is not the angle we want, because it's not between 0 and 2 pi. There are infinitely many angles whose tangent is minus 3, and which one do you want has to be criterion for your choice. And here is, for most of these problems, it says between 0 and 2 pi. So that's one answer. How about the second one? Second one, so who is this? So let's call that angle theta 2. Theta 2 is going to be pi plus theta 1. That is, if I go through this angle, that would be pi, and then I need to subtract that. So I'm going to have pi plus arctangent of minus 3. Okay, so pi plus arctangent of minus 3 is going to give our answer, and let's go ahead and do that as well. We better get something between 0 and pi. So 1.89. So our answer is 1.89, and so on. So how about cosecant? Cosecant of theta is that number. What is cosecant? It's same as 1 over sine of theta is equal to minus 1.306. So that means sine of theta is 1 over, find the reciprocal of both sides. That's going to be some number. Is that right? So like 0.7 something, like minus point. Let's go figure it out. 4306, whatever it is. One divided by 14306. So we guess to be 0.7. It's a tad bit so I carry a few digits so that I don't lose digits later on. For safety, I go ahead and say, okay, minus 0.69990. Okay, some number like minus, let's say minus 0.7 for easy talking. So what do we do with that? We draw the unit circle. Minus 0.7 is somewhere here, minus 0.699, etc. We draw a horizontal line. The two answers we are after are these two angles. Calculator, let's write this like this. Calculator is going to give you this. Calculator is going to give you a negative angle. What you want is this, which is obtained from 2 pi plus that quantity. The other one is you want to go all the way around and end at this location. So we choose these two angles because we want to be between 0 and 2 pi. So here we go ahead and say, so let me, maybe this is a good notation. The calculator angle is arc sine of the number that you have. Then let's call this thing angle 1 and then angle 2. Angle 1 is going to be 2 pi plus arc sine of this. Yeah. Well, let me write it a bit cleaner. So again, once again, you calculate this thing with your calculator. The issue is that that's going to be a negative quantity. This problem insists angles between 0 and 2 pi. It definitely has to be positive. So 2 pi plus c is going to give me theta 1. How about theta 2? With theta 2, I can go according to this. Here's a pi. And this angle is negative of c. So pi negative of c is going to give me the angles that I want. So I go ahead and calculate this and then calculate these two and I'll be all done. So theta 1 and theta 2 are my answers. This one very similar to that, except straightforward, it's sine. So let's just remind ourselves. This one we have a little bit of easier time with it because the sign that we are given is a positive quantity. So 0.458, wherever it is, that is that number. We draw a horizontal line. The two angles we are after, one of them is this and the other one is that one. Whatever the calculator gives, so calculator, let's calculate arc sine of 0.458. It's going to give us some number. It so happens that this is good enough for the first solution. Theta 1 is equal to c is just good. That is, so the calculator is going to give you this, and that is same as the angle theta 1 that we want. How about theta 2? Calculator is not going to give you directly access to this one. What do we do? Well, go here and then back up by c. So take pi minus c and then you'll be done. So you calculate your c. That by itself is a solution. The second solution is pi minus whatever this solution was. Secant being 7/4, that's not any famous ratio or anything. So we go with the following. We say secant is 1 over cosine. So that tells us cosine has to be 4. we flip both sides. Cosine has to be 4/7. Again, this is not any recognizable number or anything. So if we go to get an idea, 4/7 is slightly more than a half. I'll be here. I draw my vertical, then connect to the origin. The two angles that I'm after are these two angles. One of them is this. So let's consider that theta 1, and the other one is going to be that one, and that's your second solution. Except I have made a mistake all the way through. I guess it's been tiring to repeat same thing over and again. Sorry for that. Let me redraw my picture. I don't know why I took it to be negative. So 4/7. 4/7 is here. For some reason I got it on the wrong side. 4/7. We have two angles. Angle 1, calculator is going to give you this, and this is just good as it is. Call it theta 1. Angle 2 is going all the way like this. So theta 1 is just arc cosine of 4/7. We don't need any additional step here. Theta 2, so theta 2, it is short of 2 pi by amount of theta 1 itself. It's 2 pi minus arc cosine, or let me that would be your second solution. So reasoning from a picture is the fastest, safest way to arrive at the answer. Otherwise you have to memorize plenty of little detail. So the practice here was formulas other than sine and cosine. So tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant are involved. Numbers are not famous numbers. So calculator always gives you one answer, and the second answer you have to find it by reasoning. Some cases the calculator answer is not what we are going to use. For example, here when tangent is a negative number, the answer that the calculator is going to give you is also negative, and that is not in the range accepted here. Okay, so you practice these problems and form an intuition about these functions, what's going to be with you for a long time. Until next time, good luck and God bless.